back to Celebrity Tea with Nene. So I'm Nene, and today I have Johnny, Sean, and Reese on here with me. All right, so we will be doing a recap of Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup. So this is season 4, episode 23, I believe, is where we're at with it. Okay, so guess we'll start off with the first couple that appeared on the screen, and that was Marcelino and Brittany. All right, so we see Marcelino returning to their home. Um, So him and Brittany, they sit down and they're talking in the living room. And he immediately starts, he says that he can only apologize to her for what he did. And Brittany, she got mad because she wants him to tell her or confess what he has been doing. Right. Because, she's been doing her detective work, so she already knows, but she wants him to confess to it. All right. So she basically confronts him, and he's aggravating her, and I find it hard to believe that he doesn't realize he's aggravating her by just not giving her the answers that she's looking for. Instead, he just wants to apologize and brush everything under the rug, but you can tell she's not down for that. And so she ends up getting mad with him. She runs upstairs, start packing his stuff, throwing his stuff over the banister, telling him she wants him out of her house. Now, there was something that she said that kind of struck a nerve with me. She said to him, I should have left you where I found you. And this has been my problem with some of like the inmates that are part of these couples. They act as if they just met that man at the mall or somewhere. Like, you met him when you were serving time in prison. So what do you mean you should have left him right where you found him? I don't know. They just bother me. But maybe I'm thinking too much into that statement. Alrighty. And so he ends up leaving out the house. She's crying, breaking down. She done broke pictures of them, their wedding pictures and stuff. And then she ends up calling him on the phone. And, she's basically asking, like, what was wrong? Was I not good enough? What was the issue there? But he still doesn't provide answers, even though he knows now at this point what she knows. So he could have provided answers if that's what he wanted to do, but he didn't. Alrighty. And so then of course, they go on with some other couples. Then they came back to them, and we see that Brittany has put the house up for sale. She has a for sale sign in the yard. So we see that she's packing up. She says that she's moving to Florida, that Marcelino's mom recently moved there, and that she's moving and she's taking her mom and her sister. So that was Brittany and Marcelino this week. I'm going to hear everybody's thoughts on them.
I was kind of disappointed. I don't like. He said that he messed up in his marriage, but he didn't really say what. Did he actually do the actual physical act? Was it emotional cheating? What was it that he did? And that's the part that I'm just like, it's just annoying because you really don't know exactly what he did, and they weren't very clear on making him say exactly what he did. So
Yeah, I
all
think
this.
he's like a teller. It seems like he's that type of person. If he was going to tell something, he's only going to tell what he thinks she already knows.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's
that was kind of crazy too. Although he did have me fooled, I ain't gonna lie, because he was even sitting there looking like, "Who the hell are these people you're talking about?" But it
Mhm.
could be because he may have known them by a different name. Like the name she was saying isn't necessarily the name he knew them by. But I don't know. I was just disappointed that it took 10 episodes for us to get no clarity. And then they're back together anyway. They've all
Yeah,
moved to Florida,
that is the
started
update on
anew,
them. Yeah, they have
and
gotten back.
they look happier than ever.
Yeah,
So
but it was
as
weird because
the
he was so
warning,
adamant that it was over for them.
it was over. Yeah. So as the rumor, not rumor, as we kept saying in the beginning, don't introduce people into your bedrooms. I guess hopefully she's learned her lesson and won't bring another woman in.
Hmm. Hmm. All right, Reese and Sean, do y'all have any thoughts on Marcelino and Brittany this week?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I was disappointed too in the ending. I don't know if he, like Johnny was saying, don't know if it was an emotional thing. He's just confessing that all the stuff that she said he did, um, by looking. Is he apologizing for looking and talking, or is he apologizing for what he actually physically did? We don't know that for sure. So it's not clear. Uh,
Yeah.
then the other thing, which I did not find cool, I thought it was, I thought it was just funny. The whole thing was just funny to me. You bring the man in, you let him come in, he sits down, say, take the glasses off. Don't have the glasses on while you're talking to me. Take the glasses off. You ask him what he did. He tell you he didn't do nothing. Then she goes off and name everything that he did, and then she wants an explanation, but she don't give him opportunity to explain himself. And he tells her, well, well, he didn't say it, but basically it's like, what's the point of saying anything? You already came up with your own conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
She gets upset. She goes upstairs, pack the bags, throw the stuff down. She's crying the whole time. Now, to me, again, I know Marcelini don't know that she cheated. And I was thinking, because she said she was in the bed with another woman, and she claimed that just because two naked women in the bed together don't mean something happened. So if nothing happened when the two of them was in the bed naked, then why would she not believe that only thing he did was just watched? So to me, something must have happened. Now, even though again he don't know about it, for her to act the way she was acting, talk about you betrayer, you a cheater, you a liar, I don't believe anything you say, but yet she did the same thing that she's accusing him of doing. So you a liar, you're a cheat also. So I just don't get when people do that. You know, the crime that I do is worse. Is not as bad as you doing the same thing to me. So that's something that always bothered me back in the day when me and my boy, um, when he just got through laying in the bed with one of his girlfriends, and then he found out that his main squeeze was visiting some dude. We jump in the car. He go driving around town looking for her. He finds her at the girl's house, at her friend's house, who happens to be the brother of the girl, and they at their parents' house, and he's tripping and acting all crazy. And I was like, dude, when you just in the bed with another woman? So hey,
Exactly.
uh,
Yeah.
just don't get when people do stuff like that. So her whole little thing, to me, was just too much, and um, yeah, too much, because she had to do all that crying and stuff, and throwing stuff down and packing stuff and throwing him out, and they never communicated. There was no communication.
No,
But
they really didn't.
like,
But you could tell Marcelino had no intentions on
it doesn't matter.
communicating with her. Yeah, and
It
that
doesn't
was messed
matter.
up. Now I did understand when she was like, "Take those sunglasses off when you talk to me." I felt her with that,
But
but it's
he,
like,
it doesn't matter if he had intentions or not. She never gave him an opportunity to.
no, she didn't. She,
So he
yeah,
could have been in there with the intentions on just denying everything, but she never gave him a chance, or confessing everything. She never gave him a chance. He was guilty of everything, and she was the police officers. You know,
yeah.
they got,
Unless she, unless he's behaved this way before, where she saw that, wait a minute, all he's going to do is just apologize and he wants me to brush this under the rug. But I'm mad, so I don't want to brush this under the rug, which I can understand that. You want some
which
answer. You
I
don't.
don't understand that either, because last time that they was on, all that stuff that she did, she just brushed it
Mhm.
on the rug.
Oh, yeah,
So
she has definitely brushed it under the rug.
So
Yeah.
again, her behavior to me is just, one sided. It's just all about her and
Hmm.
her feelings and how she feel about it and how she feel betrayed. But yet she did the exact same thing. She betrayed him. Even like I said, he don't know about the sex thing, but she did betray him about the money back in the
Yeah.
day. Yeah, she does have her issues too. So that's
Yes,
why
she
they should have
too,
sat and
absolutely.
talked about it for two
Uh-huh.
reasons. One, they should have sat and talked so that they can work on their stuff. And two, they should have sat and talked so that we can have some closure, because we don't know what's going on. So um, but in the end, they're back together working on their marriage, and that's a good thing. So they
Yeah.
got Florida, so good for them.
Yeah. So. Hey, Lucy, you have anything to add?
Sorry, I had to get some tissue. Um, yeah, I agree with y'all. Like, she was being a bit extra dramatic, being because she hasn't, she ain't been faithful either. Like, she's not innocent. However, I mean, I don't think that her reaction, because I mean, when you hurt, really, whether you're wrong or not, it's still hurt. Is hurt. Um, Once he finds out what she's done, I don't know if that's gonna change how he feel about her. But um, I wish he had of they, like you said, had a talk, because he said he never cheated on her, but yeah, he said he's messed up. So I'm like, well, what did you do? If you didn't cheat, or what is it? Is it something that you don't consider cheating? Like, what's the deal? So I feel like we still left with a cliffhanger. But since they're back together, I guess they'll be back. So guess we'll find out more then. But if they continue the show, I'm assuming they probably will. Um, but overall, like, I understand her breaking the pictures. I understand throwing the clothes. Like, all that's just dramatics of when you upset and you hurt. You know what I'm saying? Even though she cheated on him, like, the stuff that she found, if it's true, it is pretty nasty. Like the whole prostitute stuff, like, that's pretty gross. Um, so I don't know. I understand why she hurt, but at the same time, yeah. And then the fact that they're back together, I guess it wasn't enough to keep them apart. And then when I was looking, I was like, yeah, Marcelino's pretty handsome, so hopefully she gonna get him back. You know what I mean? Hopefully he don't keep cheating, but I was like, she did pull a nice looking one, so hey, I don't know if you're gonna find that out here in Florida.
So was I the only one that was kind of bothered when she made the statement, I should have
Oh,
left before I found
no,
you?
I was thinking that too, because I was like, I thought they met when she was in prison, so like it would be the other way around. He should have left her where he found her. But I'm like, I don't know. I guess because they went through rough times together, maybe that's what she's looking at. But yeah, you were a prisoner, so you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't put yourself on some pedestal. Like, you were too good for him. Like, you were with him at your lowest point. So yeah, that was bothersome. I don't know why she said that. That's
Plus,
probably why he walked out the house and was like, you know what? Bye.
Oh, Sean, you were trying to say something?
yeah, plus also what I don't like is she tried to make it seem like she did all that without him. She became
Hmm.
without him. Because last week, when her and her mom was talking, and it was like, you didn't need him for anything. You did all this on your own. But he gave up stuff to be able to watch the kids, and he did a lot of stuff that at the house that was able for her to be able to be successful and not have to worry about stuff. So for her to act like that's her house, LS is for her, to me that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Well, and then he had a job. I mean, he just, I think, lost it during COVID or something, but he had a job. It ain't like she was the breadwinner the whole time. If y'all remember, she lost some of his money too when they lost that money. So,
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, so that was them this week. All right, so the next couple that we saw was Taylor and Chance. All righty, so we see that they're preparing for a gender reveal. This pregnancy of theirs is going by really quick to me. Just all flying by, but I don't know. We can't really tell the time frames of this. And so Chance brings out two jackets, a blue one and a pink one. And so Taylor was kind of like, well, how much did these cost? And he reveals that they cost $150 a piece. So Taylor says, I just feel like there's other things that we could have paid for with this. And we got B coming into our stream. So great, B. We're talking about Taylor and Chance right now. Hey, so oh, he asked her again if the baby is his. He's not going to leave that alone. And so she did ask him not to say anything like at the gender reveal, which I understand because that is embarrassing if he starts talking about what if is this my baby at the gender reveal. All right. And so then we see Chance checks the mail and he sees that the DNA test is in there, but he doesn't reveal the results. He drives off, kind of just speeds off. And so he meets up with her at the park. That's where they're having this baby shower. I mean, this gender reveal at. And he pulls her to the side. He tells her the results, and he is the father of this baby. All right. Okay. And so Bobby comes. She comes to the gender reveal. They find out that the baby is a boy. They actually had a plane fly over with the banner revealing the baby's gender. And so, of course, Taylor is like, I wonder how much that cost. Because this man, he's spending this money. His excuse keeps being, this is a one in a lifetime experience, this whole gender reveal, and the money that he's spending. All right. So we also see that Bobby and her dad kind of talk. She expresses some of the things that she's feeling. And so she also reveals to her dad that she's moving, that she's leaving. It was either later that day or the next day that she's supposed to be leaving. All right. So that was pretty much Chance and Taylor. So also the update for them. Bobby is supposed to have the baby next month, and Chance is hoping that they get married in 2023. Alrighty, so any thoughts on them this week?
Oh, I didn't know if B was gonna go because we both unmuted, but my thoughts. Okay, so the first thing, I was happy that he recognized that it probably was embarrassing and upsetting for her that he had, you know what I'm saying, questioned her about the baby. So I was glad that he could see that, because some people still wouldn't have cared. I was happy to see the end results for Bobby, that she's doing really well in Arizona. And one of the things I didn't understand, like how the dad was all like, I'm so sad now and this and that. But I mean, you ain't even tried to talk to your daughter, so
yeah, and he was talking so much trash. So last time we saw her, he was straight.
Yeah, and then he tried to act like he was just so sad and hurt that she's gonna leave, and I'm like, whatever, you be quiet.
Right.
And then as far as Taylor, I just feel like she might as well just forget trying to control this man and his money, because it's obvious he gonna do what he want with the money. I know she probably has to mention it here and there to slow him down, but from the looks of it, when it comes to this baby, it's his first child, and he just gonna, and he probably figured it's gonna be the only child. So I feel like he's gonna go all out, and ain't nothing she gonna be able to do about it. So either somebody need to start considering a second job, or I don't know.
Yeah, did you notice he was thumbing through quite a few bills? Did you catch that?
Mm-mm.
When he was checking the mail?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, because
I saw when he got the test, and then he jumped in the car and like peeled out. I'm like, watch this be his baby, and they just trying to make it extra dramatic. Just like another scene that we'll get to later. But I'm like, yeah, come on now. I'm like, he was being super extra, and yeah. But I just feel like, I mean, what he did was cool. It was different than what most people do for the gender reveals. I understand where she come from. You could have just did the balloon and moved on, but it was cool. I mean, it's his first and only child, so
yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. But yeah, I just found it ironic when he was thumbing through all of those bills. He was like such and such credit, such and such financial. I'm like, okay. Hey, JC. Yeah, JC joining us. Okay. So, any other thoughts on Taylor and Chance this week?
Oh, device is ready to pair.
I thought it was.
Y'all couldn't hear.
Oh no, go ahead, B.
Oh no, I was like, y'all can't hear me. I was. I think because I have a Bluetooth on. But Taylor, to me, she got like after watching it more and understanding like the whole situation and stuff. To me, Taylor got like a broke mindset that she got to get out of.
You know what? But I think it's because she's been a single mom to those 3 girls, so she's probably had to struggle some. Yeah, that's what I'm almost thinking. That's why she's so concerned with him spending so much money. But I don't know. But you do bring up a good point. She does have a mindset where she's not trying to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, I was like either that or she off the top not used to a man taking care of her. Because I'm like, this dude is trying to show you above and beyond stuff, whether, it costs a lot or you think it costs a lot or not. I mean, that's something you still should be appreciative of. Like, that's going to be their argument for the rest of their life if she don't come on with it. But what else? It was her saying that she compromised her own gender reveal just so he would talk about marrying her.
I saw that part, and it's like, just be real with him on what your feelings are, and maybe he'll calm down.
Yeah, I don't like that part, but that was about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking the same kind of what B was saying, but also I feel like her timing, I feel like she's someone that really is so used to thinking about herself and on herself that you're starting your gender reveal. This is not the time to question, oh, what was this? How much was this? Even when it came to the plane with the reveal, the first thing was, oh, that was sweet, but that's sweet, but how much was that? Take in the moment first. And even when it came down to talking to, I guess that's her sister, the one that's moving, the first thing was, this hurts me. I feel like I'm loose. Instead of just being happy that she's finally sitting here and trying to make a change in her life.
Yeah.
And as far as him and the what was it? The wanting to know the paternity,
Mhm.
I agree she felt some kind of way, but you also have to understand too. Did you not knowing the whole story, but did you really act totally to where he could be 100% confident that he would be the father? Because you got to think for fathers too. If we don't know and we go through it and do these things, we're mostly responsible for them years, and it takes, like, no matter what you do and what you spend.
And you made a good point, and you don't get the money back. I mean, if it's
Mm-mm.
revealed that that child is not yours, whatever you have spent and put out there, you don't get it back. So, yeah.
You're 100. Yes, you're right. So I mean, if it was up to me, and I know most people may not agree, but it's up to me. It shouldn't be made where it should be decided whether or not that you get a paternity test. That when you go there, that's if you want to sign it, you have to get a test done. I mean, that way it doesn't put the stress on the man, or nor the feeling on the woman that whether or not they're trusted. It also takes away a lot of the wrong person paying all this time, or the child not actually knowing their actual parent,
Yeah.
for like half their life. But that's it.
Okay. Johnny and Sean, do y'all have anything to add for Taylor and Chance?
Yeah, no, I agree because I was on that bandwagon last week when I said he had every right to take a paternity test. I didn't fall into the whole I thought they were being dramatic. I was sitting there like I knew it wasn't his. And then when he said it was, I was like, darn. But anyways, yeah, they're not gonna get along when it comes to money. She really needs to just let it go. And when he actually defaults on a bill or doesn't pay something, the lights are off, then at that point she can start saying, okay, so you spend too much because you didn't do A, B, and C. But so far, A, B, and C hasn't happened yet. And he lists one of them banks twice. He kept flipping through and he listed all these banks, like you said, and then he was like, oh, DNA test. I was like, goodness gracious, that's a lot of bills. But if he can manage it, I guess let him be. She does need to get out that mindset. She brought up a good point there. And then I'm glad to see Bobby is doing better.
Yeah, she looked good in this episode.
She, to be honest with you, she looks clean.
Yeah.
I think before, I don't think she looked clean. When you look at how she looks now and before, she may have been doing all this time and we just didn't know, and it just got worse because when you look at her now, she just looks different. It's not the same Bobby you've seen for the last year, I guess. So good for her to finally move on, be out there. I think it's odd she's in a medical field with a drug addiction, but what do I know?
B is on mute, but I see you, B. It's funny because I thought that, but then I was like, oh, that's a mean thought, isn't it? But like, I'm glad I wasn't the only one. Because the first second I was like,
Yeah, it's called Nurse Jackie. Watch that show and you'll understand.
mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Sean, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I well, personally, I don't have a problem with her asking about his spending habits because they're going into the marriage together, and he needs to know that she has concerns about how he's spending, and then that way they can talk about it and address it. Now, um, Bobby, yeah, I'm glad Bobby do look good. So I guess we can give Chance credit for turning Bobby life around because he moved her into the basement. And once she got into that basement, she saw how bad life was, and she decided that she had to do better. So go Chance. Um, I'm pretty sure he probably thinking to himself that he did, he solved her problem, helped her. And yeah, other than that, I don't have nothing.
Okay. All right. So the next couple that we saw was I'm going to call them Lindsay and Blaine at this point because it's no longer Lindsay and Deontay. So that's who we saw next. So we see that Blaine drives Lindsay over to Deontay's place. So she's trying to give Deontay back a laptop that he had gave her, but Deontay, he wouldn't even take it. Let me jump back for a second. I don't know if anybody else felt this, but I was a little bit annoyed that I guess maybe she can't drive. Maybe that's why Blaine took her over there. But Blaine drove her over there and then was standing outside the car, like, oh, in case something pop off. I don't like the little bully kind of mentality. I feel like they kind of got towards Deontay. I didn't like that. I didn't like him coming, but maybe Lindsay can't drive and had to do it. I don't know. But Deontay, being the man that he is, he wouldn't take it. He told her he wants her to keep it. And then we see Lindsay hanging out with her daughter. And so they're off. It looked like they were at a park or something. And then we see them out fishing together and they're talking. And she tells her daughter that she has broken up with Deontay. And then at that point, we see that Blaine is with them and they're all swimming in this pond or swamp, whatever they're in. We see that I guess Deontay was visiting his mom. That was Deontay's mom's house that they were at. And, he's talking to his mom and, she's telling him, you got to stop repeating your same mistakes with these inmates. And so he was like, yeah, if I go dealing with an inmate again, somebody needs to beat my butt. Okay, I'll be the first one I'll take the first lick on him if he gets another inmate. I will fly out to wherever he is to help him see the error in his ways. All right, so while him and his mom are hanging out, there's a knock at the door. The mom goes and gets it, and it's a young lady there that the mom has invited over to introduce to Deontay. So I guess this is Deontay's type, the white woman with blonde hair, because that's what this young lady looked like when she walked in the door. So any thoughts on Blaine and Lindsay this week? And I guess I'll put Deontay down there.
I blame the mama. The mama is why that boy's so soft. And why would you introduce a whole same kind of person to this boy? Like,
she looks just like the other ones. Yeah.
yeah, she look just like the rest of them. I don't understand that. That was my main issue that I had with them. Other than the fact that he act weak and like you said, with that bully mentality and stuff, like I expected that boy head to be rolling down the sidewalk. Like it don't even matter if you want her no more or not. You not finna pull up at my house with my ex and
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It to me, she want to go back to Deontay, and she used every excuse in the book to try to get close to him in any kind of way, just so she can get a rise out of him. But she not gonna get that rise because he not that type of person, and
Yeah,
that
that's
made me
yeah.
mad.
Yeah. Then what about the fact that she told us she had sex with Blaine? I'm like, we really didn't need to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. Do not care.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Like even when I was taking my notes, I wrote her down as old girl. Like don't care about her at all. I'm mad at that boy mama.
Yeah. Okay, any other thoughts on Blaine and Lindsay and Deontay this week?
Well, that's the other group I was saying that we was playing games with us because they tried to make it look like Lindsay was coming to the house because the whole time she was like talking about, well, he was my best friend and crying and all this other stuff as she's spending time with her daughter and her new boyfriend. And telling us she had sex with him. They ain't even pull off before they kissed. I'm like, y'all kissing in front of that man's house? I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, they're just being so disrespectful to him.
Yeah, I like at least pull off a little bit, then have your little kiss. Because I'm like, there was no point in kissing right then. Like, this wasn't a, okay, I love you too moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just broke this dude's heart. I get it. Now you won. You got the girl, but what she do if she do that to you? You don't want the respect. You know what I'm saying? That she don't do that mess in your yard. But other than that, like when it came to Lindsay and I'm glad her daughter and her are getting closer because that's a positive. But I still ain't feeling blame because I feel like the way he did it was sneaky, and it was that easy to get her that who's to stop somebody else from coming in that easily. I know they've been friends for a long time and they you know what I'm saying, like they got history, but I don't know. And then when she was saying she was clean, then they showed Blaine doing something in the corner. I'm like, no, he ain't over there doing drugs. She just said she was clean. I don't know what he's doing. Because I actually kind of glanced away, but I was like, what? And I think when I was watching on YouTube, it was cutting some stuff too. I'm like, man. But yeah, I'm glad Deontay, because I mean, I don't know if everybody heard, like he got a girlfriend or whatever now, the CC chick. And I'm glad he's moved on and she's not a prisoner because, like his mom said, you keep doing the same thing and get the same results. So you keep dating these prisoners who are obviously after you for what you can give them, not because they really love you. And they loving him because he's there for them financially and emotionally when they're in prison. But once they get out, it's like, that ain't what I wanted. And he's found that out the hard way, 3 times now? So except one of them, I guess, really was with him, but she had too much of a drug problem. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. She was a different type. I'm glad this one that he's with now isn't a former prisoner. Apparently she was there when Lindsay was there, but she wouldn't date him when he was dating Lindsay. But I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with them 100%, like with his new girlfriend, but apparently they're happy. They're good now. And then as far as the girl that she brought over, I was like, well, it's just too soon. I'm like, why are you throwing him on somebody too soon? Because then if he had started dating her, she would have been a rebound. And then it'd look bad that you hooked my daughter up with a rebound and now she's hurt because your son can't do right. Because I saw some live on, like, according to Amber, where he was saying, like, him and a CC chick almost didn't work out because all the girls in his DMs, he was acting a fool for a while after Lindsay. And even went back to Lindsay for a little bit. Like, I guess they had I don't think they were together, but I guess she was cheating on Blaine with him or something probably. But, yeah.
I think the other kicker about it is that this is supposedly the next day.
Yeah, that's just too soon. That's too soon. Like, you setting this girl up to be a rebound, and she seemed like she probably was a nice lady, but, like, don't set her up to be a rebound. Like, give him some time to get over his relationship before you bring another one. Because, I mean, obviously he saw her, he was attracted. It wouldn't have been nothing more than sex.
Okay. Any other thoughts on them this week?
Yeah, I agree with B. I blame the mama because it's brought in the same person, except for they don't have a record. And he was all sad and down and depressed. And then as soon as she walked in the house, his eyes just opened up. It's like, ooh, yeah, mama, you know exactly what I like. So, so he, hopefully they can get their stuff together. Because I did hear that he had a girlfriend. So when the girl came in, I was like, I wonder if that's the girlfriend. Because I didn't see how his current girlfriend looks. But
that's not her.
No. Oh, okay. Well, then and then the whole thing when the two of them drove up to the place, I thought that was kind of weird and odd, and why would you do that? And the whole he didn't want to take the laptop back. I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. You don't need that thing. Just let her have what she's gonna have and go on about your business. But if it was an engagement ring, then I said, yeah, you need to get your engagement ring back. You know, so but other than the what you call it thing too, the kiss. Yeah, I thought that was totally disrespectful and unnecessary. they could have drove off and did that at the house. You know, they had to confront him. And good thing he probably wasn't even looking because he didn't comment on it, so I don't think he saw it or noticed it.
Yeah.
I have to agree. Now with the mama, I'm gonna say she's just someone that's like, oh, my baby hurt. Let me hurry up and patch him up. That ain't the way to do it.
I like your little mama voice.
Yes. And as far as now, I honestly say with her coming by with the boyfriend, that was a matter of I'm gonna take this laptop back. Oh no, y'all got history. I'm going to make sure that y'all don't sit there and get some little gaze into each other's eyes in one last moment. So I'm gonna sit here in this car and take you. And as far as keeping the laptop, well, he really cared about her, so he still wants the best for her. It seems like he has that healing and helping type of personality. It's like he wants to be with someone so he can help them and be there. And when you're that kind of person, you set yourself up unfortunately, for a lot of hurt if it's not the right person. It seems like that's why, I guess, from listening to y'all, he always ends up with broken people. And that kiss in front of the driver was very disrespectful, but that was really his way of saying, yeah, just so you understand, she with me now, so I'm gonna show you right quick. That's all that was. All that was just all lined in there. But what I did not like at the very end was when they said that he's moved on, but he still keeps in touch with her. You cut that off and run. You don't answer them calls afterwards. If she made her choice, let her make her choice. If he decides to be the right one or wrong one, that's not for you to decide. Let it be.
Right. I didn't like it how they said that too, and then they show him calling her. You know what I'm saying? Like it's him that's still initiating things with her, which more than likely it's probably her because she was also the one who said she missed him. They became best friends and she started tearing up a little bit, like, making it seem like it was more her wanting to keep a relationship, but then they have him calling her. And so I was just like, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens because obviously she's probably gonna jump between the both of them. Because I think on her Instagram only a couple months ago she had a picture where him and her were booed up together. So it was just kind of weird, how these time frames work on this show. So I guess we'll see what happens in the next season.
Yeah, and I think the show kind of controls like their social media because I noticed it was either yesterday or the day before. Brittany finally posted their wedding pictures with her and Ray. So those have just gone on to Instagram. So I was like, I bet you the show told them they're not allowed to show those yet. So yeah,
That's interesting because why would she put those on if he's cheated and they're not together anymore?
yeah. So maybe they're still according to their update, they're still together. So I guess she forgave him. I guess. Oh, I don't know. It's odd. All right. So the next couple that we saw, Amber and Puppy. So Amber tells her boyfriend TC that she's pregnant, right? And then they're intermingling scenes with Amber and her boyfriend and Puppy and her boyfriend because then we also see Puppy and her boyfriend Eric. They're sitting by some water. I don't know why they keep putting them by water that I can't identify. So I don't know if it was a pond, if it was a stream. I don't know. I just saw some water. All right, and so they were talking.
At least you ain't say swamp this time.
Huh?
At least you ain't say swamp this time. Last time you said swamp.
That water was looking murky and yeah, very suspect to me. And then they jumped in that water. I was like,
Yes.
I was not happy with that scene. Yeah. Yeah, so we see Puppy and Eric talking. It looks like Puppy's having a hard time with her miscarriage. And then we see Amber telling her boyfriend that the pregnancy could basically be fatal. I think I struggle with the scenes with Amber because I feel like she is pumping this situation up. We didn't see the doctors tell her that it was like this is fatal. Okay, go ahead, B. I see it. Okay.
Girl, I'm over here about to bust on them too.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yes.
And so,
Amber, that most definitely made me mad because I was like, how y'all gonna take us all through the whole abortion trip and all this extra stuff, but don't even show us somebody actually telling her, hey, if you have this baby, then you could possibly die. That
Yeah,
made me mad. Then on top of that, where is your husband? Like, first off top, he already had to take a drink before he even answered yay, nothing. Just, oh,
yeah.
we
And even
having a
after he
baby,
took
I
the drink,
guess.
he still wasn't excited.
He wasn't excited at all, which was probably why he went ahead and just let her do whatever. I mean, I don't think he even cared for the from the beginning, and then he didn't even take the trip with her. I was like, where is he,
Yeah, that
and
was
why Queen there?
yeah. And so yeah, so the next thing we see is Amber and Queen and a guy. I don't know if that was Queen's brother or Queen's boyfriend. I'm not sure who the guy was, but they're headed to North Carolina to get an abortion. All right, because here in Georgia they changed, apparently had changed the law right when she called trying to get her abortion. So she couldn't get it done in Georgia. So they were going across the state lines to go get one in North Carolina. And so I don't know if y'all caught this, but did y'all see? I get it that you're about to terminate the pregnancy, but I still kind of didn't like she was vaping. Did y'all see her vaping? Was I the only one that saw that? Okay. So she was vaping. So they end up pulling up to the abortion clinic in North Carolina, and there's protesters outside the clinic. And you can tell that kind of bothered Amber, but that didn't stop her. And then we see her outside after she's done with the abortion. Oh, but right before she went into the clinic, she had gotten a call from TC and she was looking for him to be empathetic, but he kind of wasn't. He was belching on the phone and stuff. I was just like,
I was like, oh, I
you are
just ate a
better
cupcake.
than
I
me.
was like,
Yeah, you're better than me. First of all, you're not going with me to handle this, and then you call me and you're instantly belching. And I, I don't know. But okay, so she ends up having this abortion. And then when she gets back to Georgia, we see her and Puppy hanging out. So Puppy has come to visit her. So she go ahead and she tells Puppy, what has happened. And you can tell Puppy's trying to be there for her and stuff. And so that was basically Amber scenes this week. Thoughts. OB got some thoughts. What's up?
Yeah,
right.
I totally agree. I said that last week. Like it just looked like she just was looking for an excuse to have an abortion. Because if you really wanted it or whatever, I would have gotten second opinions. I would have tried to understand what exactly I have. How is it gonna kill me? This, that, and the other, just trying to get a better understanding because she was trying to make it seem like if she had that baby for another week, she was dead. It
Yeah.
was like they never said that. And I also agree with that too, because when he found out he took his shot, although they did make that shot look a lot taller
Hmm.
than what you saw in the cup. So I wasn't sure if he had already drank some and that's what was left or what. But I was like, good God, how much does he need? But
Yeah.
anyways, when he took his drink and of course he said he was like, I guess we're having a baby. I mean, because he had already said he doesn't believe in abortion. And then right when she tells him that, he's like, oh, well, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm
Now
like,
you believe in them.
yeah, like I would have been like, if it was really okay and you don't believe in abortion, which is all this whole politics behind all of this anyway. But if you don't honestly believe in abortion, wouldn't you have told her, okay, I want to hear the doctor say that? I need to see what's
Hmm.
going on. Let me understand. But he didn't want the baby anyway because he's already made it clear he doesn't want any more kids because his kids are practically grown. And he is an old looking 40 because they said he was 40. I was like, I thought that man was almost 50, but he's not only 40, he just turned 40. So I'm like, oh Lord, that's tough on y'all. Y'all be looking so old. But yeah, neither one of them wanted the baby. I hate they tried to make this out to be some type of they use that whole well, women are now being forced to have kids even regardless of their life and all that. And I think they tried to use that for their narrative, and it just didn't work for me because that just wasn't the case. I just don't feel that was the case. So
Yeah, I didn't feel that way either. Um, yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts on Amber and
Yeah, I agree with you all. It did seem like she just wanted an abortion. She really didn't. They didn't give us enough information for us to, well, for me to feel sympathetic with her. The whole time she was on, and to me, the like she was trying to force herself to cry. It's like she was just trying to win everybody over, and I was like, this is just ridiculous. And then too, I didn't like because that's Amber, right? So Puppy is the keep on getting confused.
Puppy's the oh, well, I getting confused. Didn't help. Puppy. I mean, Amber's the one that had the abortion.
Okay, yeah. So Puppy. Now, her thing with Puppy, what gets me, is that she didn't want to call Puppy and let Puppy know that she was about to go get an abortion. Her excuse was that they just got to this fight and we're still not in a good place. But she was the one that started the fight. She's the one that instigated the fight. Everything was on her. But
Yeah, she put her hands on her. Huh.
Yeah, but she's upset with Puppy that she don't think Puppy is worthy of the information up front. Then once they get together, she talks to Puppy about it, and then at the end, Puppy all apologetic, talk about I'm upset I couldn't be there for my friend, but the friend didn't give you the information for you to decide whether or not you should be there, could be there. And then the thing with the boyfriend, even if he is against abortion and he agreed to have that abortion, well, agreed with her to have the abortion, he should have been there, not Queen, because that's his baby. And so he should have been there with her and give her more support right there face to face instead of over the phone. Well, I didn't hear the conversation because I had was watching the TV. So I didn't know he was burping, so that makes it even worse. So you're not showing any sympatheticness, was sympathy towards her and what she's going through, and he probably also wasn't showing it because he didn't feel like she had it, So, but then again, he did say how he's not an emotional person and he don't know how to respond to other people's emotions and stuff. So I'll give him that. But yet, to me, he should at least try, a little bit harder than what he was doing, and harder than what came off.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna throw something else out there too that kind of bothered me about those things. So after she had this abortion, she was just like, if I wasn't sick, we would have been so happy. This would have been a wanted baby. But I'm like, your man is not showing signs that he wanted that baby.
No.
It seems like you are trying to control our narrative about your relationship, but your man has already shown us.
Right.
Not that kind of man. I don't think he wanted that baby.
And plus, too, like how you pointed out, she was vaping. So if you wanted that baby, then you would have been trying to do whatever. You quit smoking right there or quit doing whatever, drinking and all that type of stuff. Show signs that you wants the baby. Because to me, she wasn't showing any signs that she wanted that baby. She just was shocked and surprised that she could get pregnant because of everything that happened in the past. And so instead of her, doing that was need to be done. And two, I agree too. She went and got second opinion, third opinion, and all that type of stuff. And two, I agree about the thing with B was saying that you didn't show anything. You didn't show us nothing. So if you just showed one, because one scene, it seemed like she was talking to somebody and was saying that the doctor said, and if the doctor wouldn't have said it, I would have had this baby, but the doctor said it was my health, And then I think it was to the boyfriend, and he was like, yeah, I know. But they didn't want that child. So, yeah.
I think she did all that just for Puppy and Puppy feelings. Because, I mean, if we go back, she already said she had an abortion the first time. And then on top of that, this girl's supposed to be your friend. She told you, I went to the abortion clinic, but I couldn't do it. So I'm going to keep my baby. Then she lost her baby. Now you get pregnant and go straight to the abortion clinic. Oh, I'm going to tell her after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
That rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be best friends, thick and
Yeah.
thin. So to me, no fighting that you had, an argument that you had today to stop you from telling a life changing event, sharing a life changing event with your best friend. You know?
I don't know if y'all noticed, but I got like a little Queen make me laugh. She make me giggle just for the simple fact she one of them type of people that smile even when stuff ain't supposed to be, funny or nothing like that. Like this girl on her way to get an abortion, she in the back seat like, you good? What's up with
That
that?
is true. She makes things funny that aren't really necessarily the funniest. Mhm. Very true. So, JC, let me ask you: are we being a little too tough on TC, or are we on the right path? What do you think?
I'd say you're on the right path, but you might be a little tough because there are people who are emotionally detached. It's like I look at it too that if she is still with him, understanding that if I went to her right now and said, "Hey, I'm gonna knock you upside the head," I'm pretty sure he gonna come and make sure I don't lay hands on him. But I'll even say at times too, when certain things come up, I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. It's not that I don't care. I'm just at a loss for words. So the fact that he calls and he cares, but he doesn't know the right things to say, I'm not going to say he was careless. Now, yeah, he should have been there. Unless she just said different, he should have been in that car, with her standing. Because if you want me there, I will be there. If you don't want me in the room, I'll be out there when you come out the room, whatever the case may be. But as far as how I'm going to console you or the right words to say during the time before and after, I'm probably going to sound a little weird because I do care, but I'm thinking too much of what's the right words to say, especially if you're someone that likes to make someone laugh. When it comes to comfort, it's like, well, I can't really tell a joke right now because the joke is not going to sound right. But my intent is to make you feel good, but not seem insensitive.
Mhm. I'll give him one, maybe.
Yeah. And one more thing. Uh, I know it's like 20 years ago when I took my friend to get an abortion back in high school, but I had to practically carry her out the abortion clinic because of the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Mm-hmm.
when she came out that abortion clinic, she was practically running. So again, with the time frame, like how long after was she walking after the abortion? Because she was just like, it's done. Like, what the
They
hell?
have a lot of different ways of doing abortion now.
Oh, okay. So it's not so
A
much
lot of
under
different ways.
anesthesia like that. Oh, okay. Because I was like, what
Yeah.
the heck? Okay, sorry.
But I would like to touch on. I'm not a fan of it myself, but I would say that I'm just giving the implication that there was probably information we didn't know that was done between the patient and the doctor.
Hmm.
But I will say, and I asked this of my teacher when I was in high school, and who was staunch against it. And I said, well, if it came to a point where it really was proven that you had to choose between your wife or your child, what would you do? And he actually sat here and got emotional about it. I don't know if that's a choice I could make easily, you know, because do I really want to? I'm not. Do I really want to, you know, no lose a person and then explain how their mother wasn't able to be why they was they wasn't able to be here and deal with that, or do I allow her to still live and then we find other means that can have both of us here and still be parents? So I feel that sometimes it's a blanket statement that really needs to be looked at a case by case basis.
Yeah, because something else that she said that she had a note from her doctor when she called the abortion clinic saying that this
Mhm.
was medically necessary and that they still wouldn't give it to her because the law was so new. Whereas I thought if you have the documentation that you can still have it, but it's apparently not.
Then the part that I didn't agree with that on is if your OBG knows how to do DNCs, because that it would technically be classified as a DNC. So why would they refer you to an abortion clinic when I'm sure they could have done it as a DNC? So I'm not an advocate. I don't know the law and how it is written now, and thank God I don't have to deal with that part of it. I'm done with having kids, but it's just it will be interesting to see those kinds of things. But I would have never, even when I had my DNCs, my doctors did it. They didn't tell me to go to an abortion clinic to do it. So I don't see why her doctor wouldn't have done it either, or why her doctor couldn't have explained to her, well, you're going to have to get it done out of state because of the new law. We're not able to classify it as a DNC anymore. So.
Very interesting, but a good point. Something I didn't think about there. All right, Reese, do you have any?
I think a piece of me think that she did want the baby, but TC didn't. And instead of being embarrassed, they went along with this whole, the doctor said I'm gonna die if I keep it. Or, what I'm saying, we keep, So, I mean, it made it obvious he doesn't want a kid and he loves her. So, of course, he's gonna choose her. But I think that's the reason it was so hard this time, because I do think she did want it and he didn't. And I think so that piece of her is hurt because even knowing how she felt, he still couldn't have any emotions to like comfort her or anything. And that bothered her too. And that's why I think she was breaking down so much at the park because, like Johnny said, she's had an abortion before. This wasn't the first time. So what the feelings are, because she's going through what Puppy was going through, but Puppy's never been through it before, as far as we know. She's never been through it. So when she was gonna go have an abortion, changed her mind, and lost the baby, she was like, I'm empty, I'm in a dark place, this and that. But to me, it feels like Amber's in that same place, but you knew the repercussions of an abortion prior to doing this because you've been there before, so you know what you're feeling, what you go through after having an abortion. Unless it's different this time. And this time was because she actually wanted it. But I think TC didn't want it and she knew he didn't want it. Mm-hmm. I mean, the fact of the matter, you take a shot when I tell you, that tells me that you're not happy about it. Because a happy person would be the way Chance was. Chance was like, yay, or even Sean, who you would think he got 6 kids, he didn't want it. He was happier. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then her dude was like, I'm almost 40. I got grown kids. Take a shot, which I agree. It probably was a drink. So he took a couple shots. Then he came back and was like, well, I guess we're having a baby.
Yeah.
And then it was like wait. But don't get too happy or don't accept it too quick because I also could die. Then it's like, oh, well, shoot, that's easy. It's easy. Get rid of the baby then. You know what I mean? I think it hurt her feelings maybe that it was so easy for him to make that decision too.
I got another point too. Okay. Despite the fact of the abortion and all this stuff, if you had already told the girl in the last episode, hey, if I do get pregnant, I've been doing drugs and my liver been messed up, so I could probably die if I have this baby. If you know that your body is not set up to give birth, why the heck have you not taken the steps to get that out the way before even having to jeopardize another child's life?
It's for some reason
you that worried about yourself, huh?
I don't know what her past is, but she was saying she didn't think she could even get pregnant, even though she's been pregnant a couple times.
No, she had got pregnant the first time, but she said she was doing drugs. That's why she did the abortion, because she
had an abortion and a miscarriage, so she's gotten pregnant a couple times.
Yeah.
What I don't like about that stereotype that she's putting out there, a few episodes back when we met TC, she said she was having sex with him without protection. Mm-hmm. And she was like, because if I get pregnant, oh, well, I'm with a guy that I know it'll be okay. So now I'm a little bit confused by it, but now you're saying you thought you couldn't get pregnant, but you said explicitly that you weren't using anything, and if y'all got pregnant, it would be okay.
That's what I'm saying, and laughing and joking about it and stuff. Like, why not just go get a hysterectomy and stop playing with kids' lives? So after the fact that you got an abortion this time. Now you know that you can get pregnant again.
Mm-hmm.
Why not take the steps that you need to take rather than doing the same stuff over and over again?
Mm-hmm.
That don't make sense to me.
Yeah, and then I feel like she also, when she initially went to him and was like, well, we would never be like Puppy and Eric because, you would be happy if we had a child. And he just paused. And like, it took him so long to respond.
It
And he
did.
never really said he would be happy. So I think there's conversation that was had probably that the camera didn't see, as
Mm-hmm.
well as she got that vibe right then, like, like, and I really do feel like I think he loves her, but I really don't know if it's the way that she's
She
portraying
loves
the
him.
relationship out to be. And if he does, he loves her like as it is. Like, don't change nothing. Don't add no kids. Don't add nothing extra. Like,
Yeah.
when I'm with you, I'm with you, but we don't need no babies, no nothing. Because to me, for a man, 40 is not even old. Like, a man having a kid
Not
at
to have a
40
baby.
is not the same as a woman doing it at 40. So
We had Junior when he was 40.
that's what I'm saying.
It's
It's
different for
nothing. Men
guys.
can have them even like in their 60s, 70s, and the kid. It's usually the mom is what makes it more risky because I guess the eggs. Even though I think the old eggs might. I don't know. I mean, the old sperm probably does contribute to stuff,
But
but
that was the other part too. Like, I'm high risk. I'm high risk. You know how many people have high risk
I'm
pregnancies
of everybody.
and
How
they still go through it? Like,
Yeah.
my friend had to get a whole blood transfusion and stuff, and she pregnant again, high risk. But you knew what you was getting yourself into. You still gonna go through that same thing if you if you want that baby.
She knew he
Right.
didn't want it though. And
She,
I agree,
Yeah,
like a
that
second
part.
opinion would have made sense too. She didn't get a second opinion.
yeah, she honestly, she didn't want it. And I just feel that with my whole heart that she did not want that kid because and I've seen women who struggle and some women even have that mentality, well, if it's meant, I'll make it through. If not, at least my child will be here. You know what I'm saying? Like you've seen or heard plenty of stories where women have died in childbirth or still had the kid. You even stopped chemotherapy to
Yeah,
have a child. You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying?
I've known a
So
couple who were told their baby was going to have Down syndrome. They continued with the pregnancy. The baby was born, baby didn't have Down syndrome.
yeah, I mean, it's too many stories out here where you have plenty of women who have made the ultimate sacrifice as a mother to give their child life or to just go through it themselves. So to have it in your head already at 6 weeks you're gonna die, that just didn't make sense to me, and I couldn't think of any kind of liver condition that you could possibly have just starting that would so mess up that fast that you die. You know, like I was trying to think and think and think, and some of that stuff you have to have had it for long periods of time. You've had to have been treated for it, maybe even missed some of your liver already. Like you still have a whole functioning liver. Where did
Yeah,
it
my thing is like
biology? I
pregnancy
definitely know.
alone is a risk. Soon as
Yeah,
you get pregnant, you risking your life.
Yeah.
exactly. Because all the hormones you go through, all the changes you go through, it's not for the faint. But it's just crazy to me that that would be the thing. And I have the mentality of, well, I've actually had 3 miscarriages and 3 pregnancies. So I would just be like, it'd be like a flipping a coin. We just go see what's going to happen. You got 50-50 here. I
Yeah.
don't know, but hey, we'll see what's going to happen in the next 9 months. But it's just crazy. I think I just leave it, it is what it is. But she didn't want that baby.
Okay.
See, I think she did want it, but she didn't want it because she knew he didn't want it. And she didn't
Yeah.
want to be embarrassed by how he was going to act about it.
Yeah, especially since she ragged on Puppy so bad with Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
And I think she was
That
going to have that. Except Eric actually turned out to be more supportive than we expected. But I think TC wasn't going to be.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
really
and they're
didn't want
still supposed to get married in 2023. His divorce is final. So
Yeah, we did find out Eric's divorce is final now. So him and Puppy can get married, and they're planning on getting married in 2023. So that's some good news that came out of their scene. So another couple that had some good scenes was Brittany and Ray. All right. So we see Brittany getting ready for her wedding. We see her kind of joking around with her friends and stuff like that. It was nice not to see her kind of bitching because sometimes she tends to do that. We see that Ray is nervous and he's hungover from the night before. So Ray, he went in pretty hard the night before his wedding. And we see them get married. And it was touching. We saw Brittany's dad, her and her dad, having some moments. Now, y'all know me, I be thirst trapping. Um, was it just me or was Brittany's daddy looking like a zaddy at that wedding? I was like, where he been at? What?
I gotta go back and look. I don't know.
He was looking nice in his tux. And then Ray, he looked nice in his tux too.
It
Usually I
was the
don't
beard.
it was the beard that did it. Okay. All right. Because I was like, what is going on right here?
It was all just
Um,
gray.
with the zaddy. Yes. And then Ray was even looking nice. Normally, I don't like a guy in an all white tux, but Ray pulled that tux off. He pulled that off. All right. So we saw them get married. They had some good scenes. Thoughts on Brittany and Ray this week?
Brittany could have chose a better dress.
I didn't like, yeah, I felt that too.
I like the back, but the front was just like, oh, grandma, ain't he that? I don't like it. I didn't like it.
See, the back, see,
give
when
it a
you
2.
have that, yeah, when you're a thicker girl and you have a little back roll, like I got a back roll back there, you can't do that sheer back. That was the only issue for me because I was like, see, that's why I don't do the sheer back. But yeah,
Yeah, I didn't like the front of it either. I like the sleeves.
Yeah, I ain't like
but
the front. All
the
this,
front, like how it was just
maybe
straight like
because she's
that.
big chested, or like that's a lot of chest that she had.
mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
didn't like it. If she could have got a more flattering dress than that.
Yeah.
Because to
All
me,
right.
even the fit of the dress that was underneath for her reception, I just wasn't impressed.
No, I wasn't either. And then I don't know why she put on the reception dress first, and then she
Well, I
changed.
think that was underneath the tulle, like so. I think that top
Oh,
part went over it, and then after the wedding, you take that piece off, and you still got the dress.
okay.
Oh, because I was wondering why it looked the same. I was like, that looked like the same thing. So she put something on the bottom
Yeah,
of it.
that the part that flowed out, the tulle part, was
Oh,
on
okay.
top of the fitted part. But I just felt like it just fitted. It was still weird fitting. Like it didn't. I don't know. It wasn't. It wasn't really like. I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I love her dress. I like the sleeves. That was it.
Yeah.
Well, JC, is it just me or was Brittany mom looking the bomb in the outfit?
No, he ain't. Look,
She was
really.
tight, huh?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah, 'cause my goodness.
Was that mommy?
About that.
I mean, I might have to step in for just like, can I get a dance? Just
Yeah.
just for the reception's sake.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe just the way the wrinkles in it was just flowing when she was walking. Yeah.
Okay.
Just low.
Yeah, just flowed. Yeah.
Y'all wrong. Y'all just mad because she wasn't Zaddy. Like Zaddy was. Zaddy was Zaddy, and I didn't even see it, but I believe it because they said it. They said it.
Yes, you got to go back and check out that.
So
No, I mean,
we had to go check that back out if you didn't catch it, because I want to see how he's looking like Zaddy. Because the whole season, every season, he's never been Zaddy.
I'm
So,
telling you, in that tux, he was zaddying it up now. Mm-hmm.
I missed that too.
Gotta go back and look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, y'all gotta watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will say they cut the camera too quick because when that bouquet got thrown, it really like two folks was about to throw down when that bouquet was coming down.
Oh yeah, they were ready. Yes.
I didn't see that.
I love how it's like I have never been to a wedding where the guy throws the garter and there are guys fighting for that garter. They all just let it drop on the floor. So I thought that was funny watching that.
Jay, do you try to catch the garter?
I caught the garter.
You didn't drop it?
Yes.
I ain't trying to tell
That's
her.
been up under
You
the
try
dress.
to grab the garter, or do you run off?
That's weird.
I've never been to a wedding where they do it.
Oh,
I ain't never seen a garter get thrown either. I seen him take it off, but I never seen him throw it.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, I never seen him throw it.
I've seen them throw it quite a
It's
few
always
times.
a bouquet.
I have to admit,
No.
that's probably the most uncomfortable thing for me. I'm such a prude. Watching them take it off, or how they take off the garter, it's like, oh Lord, hurry up.
They
I
always
like
do
to
that
see how
slow,
creative the
too.
guys. Yeah, I like to see how creative the guys do with getting the garter off.
Yeah.
One of my cousins, he had one of the best ones. Like,
Well, we
like
at the
he hit
wedding I
worm
was
on
at.
the ground.
At the wedding I was at, when I caught the garter, the person who caught the bouquet, we were supposed to take the garter and put it on the person who caught the bouquet.
Oh.
That's new. So is
Yeah.
that why you caught the garter?
Think about it.
I didn't know it at the time, but I was glad I caught the garter.
But do
You
y'all
wanted to put it on her leg.
Did you have to put
do
it on
y'all
with your mouth?
remember in the movie?
That's what I'm thinking.
Do y'all remember that's what
Huh?
they did? That's how Terrence Howard ended up with whatever the stuck-up girl's name was. But
Yep.
you remember he put the
yeah,
garter
he
on
did.
her leg.
He did. You're right.
Mm-hmm. No, I
You're
didn't
right.
use my
They
teeth.
did do that.
Yeah. That'd be nasty because if he used his teeth off her thigh and you put it on another person's thigh with your teeth, that's just too many thighs and teeth.
It is. It's too much.
But so what's the superstition when the man catches it? He supposed to be getting married too, like the woman?
Yeah, I guess that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But few years later, yeah.
I've caught a bouquet
They didn't
too.
put a date on it, but yeah.
I'm still waiting. I caught a bouquet and I
did
still
too.
ain't got married.
I got married, but I caught a bouquet after I was married. So
Yeah, I've never
work for
caught
me.
one.
Didn't work for me.
I will say that they didn't tell me that you're supposed to put the garter on the calf. I thought it was supposed to go like on the upper thigh, and they had to.
Oh, look
let
at
me
you!
know.
You're trying to be fresh, pushing it all the way up, huh?
they're like, it's supposed to go on her thigh, not way up there.
Yeah.
Nasty. But yeah. But the wedding was nice. The wedding was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think, everybody probably feel the same. Like her makeup, her hair, everything was pretty, but I just felt like that dress could have been better. Just because of how she is, I was expecting more. And then she actually tried on, I think, a prettier dress than what she picked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and she said that dress wasn't it. Like she wanted something that just was like, and I thought she did want her boobs to show kind of. I didn't know she wanted like something that was like almost to the neck. Cause I'm like, if you don't get it that high, then do one that comes up, because that probably would be cute.
That's the purpose of why you pay for all that support, to make sure them girls can look their best. Because when I do it, I'm going to make sure my girls represent Niecy Nash, and they're going to be in that thing tight and pretty. Not loose. That her dress just looked loose and like she didn't have a
that's
lot
what
of
it looked
support.
loose. Like the fitted part of it just looked loose. I was like, why it fit like that? And then her I don't know, she just like, this is a reception dress, and I'm just like, really? Because that's not that cute. I think her wedding, when you put the tulle on it, it actually looked better, but I just still wasn't a fan of it.
So here I go being thirsty again. I was looking for Ray's groomsmen, but they really didn't show the groomsmen, right?
I think they realized it was thirst trap enough last time. And they said, nah, we ain't gonna do that to nobody again.
Because I was looking for him. Sure
yeah, that one with the dreads and the beard. Yeah.
Yes, I was looking for him.
I know he was there. I know he was. And then why Ray go get drunk the night before? Like, you already had a bachelor party. Like,
look at who he's married to. He had to get drunk.
No, but I'm just saying, because like, what if he had been sick?
Yeah,
that would have sucked.
Yeah, I think I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, I got a question for B and JC. How old do y'all think Brittany is?
Oh no.
Y'all can go up. Feel free to go up.
Don't be giving nobody hints.
I'm not trying to give them hints. I'm just saying if they
no, let them just make their decision based off of what they seen.
Sean is a hater.
I would answer that, but my mic is not working.
Okay.
What was the question?
How old do you think uh,
Brittany.
Brittany is?
It
See, it's
said that she was
question.
31.
Okay,
Do you
no, but
believe
do
it?
you believe that she's 31? But she does say she's 34, I think.
Yeah, something like
Oh,
that.
30
Yeah.
something.
Oh, so you do believe she's in her 30s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was she old?
You know something, Sean? You are so messy and petty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Time.
I believe it too. I think she's in her 30s too.
I think she in her 30s.
I feel
I
like
mean,
she's
Stacy and
because
still.
Mike
she
Kirby.
really do act like most
Yeah,
Houston
I'd say
girls
like
too.
I
upper
feel like
30.
she's. Yeah, I feel like she's in her 40s, but she's just a little immature acting.
She act like Houston girls. That's how they act here.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, she really give the Houston girls all every. She a Houston girl for sure, for sure.
See,
I
Sean
didn't
is
see the money
petty.
that they supposed to be getting a prenup off of in this wedding. I didn't see the money. I didn't
Yeah,
see it.
I didn't see the money in the wedding.
That's why they ain't doing no prenup because they know they acting silly. Or she
Yeah.
was acting silly. She ain't got nothing to be taken from the table at the end. Like, you leave with your house that you still gonna probably pay a note on. You leave with your car, yeah, that was silly.
Okay, so any other thoughts on Brittany and Ray this week? I know they didn't really have much.
No, but I'm glad they finally got married because
Hmm.
I know that was a long time too.
Yeah, so we did get an update for them too. So supposedly they are working on trying to have a baby.
which that's been happening the whole time too, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's harder for her because she only has one ovary working.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right. So next is we're gonna talk about Lady and the Tramp. Chaz is the lady and Brandon is the tramp. Um, so we see that Chaz is still in town. As soon as I noticed it, I'm like, why is he still there? But he says his flight has been delayed. But still, I'm wondering. I remember my flight was delayed by one day, one time, but it was bad weather. I'm like, why? I don't understand it being delayed this much, but whatever. And so we see that Brandon's friend Tawny calls him, and she's still spilling all the beans. And she tells him about Yola. Is that his name? Yola, I think. Okay. So she spills the beans about him that, Brandon is back talking to him. Chaz recognizes the name as, of course, he's like, I should go on to her Yelp page and give her a bad review. Hey, you can find it cheaper somewhere else. It's like, but you knew she was tricking when you met her. So stop with all this judgment. And so Chaz, after he gets off the phone with Branwen, I was proud of him. He was petty though. He pulls up his phone account and he turns the girl's phone service off. He's like, her new boyfriend can pay for it. I totally get it, but it was funny once he got off the phone with Tawny that he turned around and did that. All right. And so we see Yola and Branwen together. And they're just talking and Yola confesses his love for this girl, which I don't trust him with the things that Branwen has says. And Chaz basically says that he knows he was a trick basically for Branwen, but he just overpaid for his services though. He said, you can always find something cheaper down the street. I think I already mentioned that. All right, so what is everybody's thoughts on Branwen and Chaz?
I'm glad Chaz finally got some kahunas. You know what I'm saying? I was like, when he turned the phone off, I was like, ah, he did that. Like, I see him getting his string. He finally letting her go. Like, he deserved way better. And then I found out that he 56. I'm like, you too old to be going through all this type of stuff with no doggone prostitute.
Yeah.
Just let her go do her.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad he turned the phone off too. I'm like, ain't no need, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, that's one thing Deontay didn't do was turn that phone
Right.
off. And then the fact that now I'm shocked that girl was still calling him. Like, you already done enough. But I mean, I guess getting that little that extra information helps him to fully be done, so I ain't mad at it. But I still feel like she's making the dumbest decision by going back to Yella, because the dude proved himself to be garbage like multiple times, where he actually up and left and left you hanging like multiple times. So with that being said, like, good riddance to him when she back in jail, which I guess she went, got out, all that. Good riddance. I don't know that she really cared about that phone being turned off, just because like she's too busy slurping down old boy's lips the way Chaz used to do her. So like,
I'm like, you didn't show any of this passion towards Chaz.
No, rubbing his back and being like, I'm just too scared to be with you because of what we've been through. But I'm just like, now the one person that has dogged you out the worst, you willing to be like, but I'm excited to see the future. The one person that probably would have gave you the best life, you like, ew, go away. You talked to a friend of mine. I knew I couldn't trust you, and it's like he talked to her in conversation, not like dating or nothing like that. Because obviously you probably know that friend wouldn't have dated him anyways, probably. But
I found it funny she didn't have a single anxiety attack.
Yeah, no anxiety, no nothing. She talking about she's scared, but it wasn't for the sexual part of it. It was the she's scared because she's scared he gonna leave her again. And then you notice the outfit too. Like normally she showed up with sweatpants. This time she didn't even have on the bottoms, just a sweatshirt.
Yeah, like, what is
a sweatshirt with no bottoms? Okay.
I'm like, she came in her work outfit. I see.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm glad that they're done with, and hopefully they can't do a show off of them, because she don't deserve to keep being a part of the show after she did him like that. So I don't know. I'm glad that he's finally able to move on. But I did hear something about him wanting to get her arrested and stuff. So I'm like, if you leave that Yelp review saying that there's better down the street, that makes it sound like you buy prostitutes. So I was like, I probably wouldn't do that. But I don't know.
That's true. I mean, he really sounds like another version of the person who wants to find someone they can help to find love. And it sounds like she was someone that she always wanted a bad boy, but figured, you know what, I'm gonna give the nice guy a try, who's gonna sit here, take care of me. And I'm only going by the flashbacks that showed at the end, like when it showed the end of them, because it seemed like she tried to change herself, but she's so stuck on the bad boy that she doesn't want the life of the good man, the good husband, to bring you to help uplift you and make you a better woman. You want the better things, but from judging by just what I've seen from old boy, from some of the worst people, some of the most selfish people that's more worried about themselves than your own person that keeps hurting you. So I'm glad he finally moved forward. He does need to let that bitterness go. It is hard because you feel like you invested time, you definitely invested money. And for a man, that's big for us. We invested money. We like, it's like kind of when they say, when we give themselves to us. But you got to let that go, because you did make that choice. And move forward. Stop trying to be Captain Save 'em. And she's going to, and like I said, she learned later on, they showed it. You fell right back in the same trap because you chose your wants instead of what your needs in life.
Yeah, when I saw her driving the car, I'm like, what? Brandon knows how to drive? Uh-oh. We never seen her drive. Yeah. That was a little bit of a shocker to me. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. I thought it was funny and cool how he turned the phone off, and that they showed him turn the phone off, because everyone else, when they leave their prisoner, they talk all that stuff, but they never turn the phone off. And if they did, they don't let us see them turn the phone off. So I thought that was good. He would have said bye phone. And then the outfit that she showed up in, I was like, go ahead on now, showing all that skin, so very comfortable in her skin now that she's no longer having the man that's trying to, her husband trying to get with her, so she don't want to show it for her husband, but she wanted to show it for her prisoner, but prisoner lover or whatever. But if they do was to bring her back for another episode, then it would be her and Yoda. So it would be kind of nice to see how their relationship evolved, if it even did, because I don't think it would being a prisoner back and forth in prison type thing. Oh, they could be on love during lockup. They could do that. But other than that, yeah, I'm glad Chad's moving on and go try to work on wife number 6. And hopefully this time he will learn as Deontay did, leave the prison women alone, find someone that find a groupie, because you know you got your rock thing. So maybe someone that loves the bass guitar, get with one of those ladies in local, you know, your community, instead of doing all that other stuff, and change up things. Change up things. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Johnny, you have any thoughts on them?
Uh, Not really. Like I think y'all pretty much covered everything. I did like seeing him turn the phone off though. I would have loved to have seen Branwyn try and call somebody though and realize her
Yeah.
phone's been cut off. I think that would have been the icing on the cake. But yeah,
What'd you
I'm
think?
glad it's
No
over.
tears came out of her eyes when she was kissing on Yola.
I don't know. That's who she wants. And that tongue was all over the place and everything. It was just like, ugh. Now you looking like Chaz. Chaz done rubbed off on you the way you the way you didn't like it. That's how you doing Yola. Yeah.
Yeah, she picked up some tips to use on Yola.
Uh-huh.
She sure did.
Uh I don't know though. I keep getting confused though with her body shape because I think last week she looked super thin, and then this week she had the thick thighs, and then in the picture she was super thin where she was bent over. So I'm like, which one are you?
I think them pictures was old.
What are those pictures? He said they were new pictures. So you think they were old pictures just newly posted?
Maybe
Camera add 10 pounds.
Yeah.
maybe Photoshop.
Yeah. It was just weird, like just constantly watching her body change. She can walk in wedges better than she can walk in heels. So
Yeah,
just
JC made a good point. He said the camera adds 10 pounds, so maybe when we're seeing her on camera, she looks bigger than she does in her
than what
picture.
she is in her pictures. That could be true too. But
All
yeah,
right.
that's all I had. I just wish we could have seen her. I would have loved that.
Mm-hmm.
And then why she hasn't signed the divorce papers too? Exactly.
Well, you know what?
that.
Y'all know she likes identity theft, so she probably gonna steal Chaz's if she can get some credit in his name. You know, she's a
Oh,
wife. She can open up some stuff. Hmm.
yeah,
Maybe
but
she's
she
trying
could
to
do
keep that
that
door
after.
open.
She could do that still without not signing divorce papers,
Maybe she's trying to keep that door open just in case.
just in case. I
Yeah,
hope
and
they.
it's easier to put him down as a co-signer, I believe, if that's her husband. So she may feel like she need him. She don't need him. All right. Okay, so the next couple was Sean and Sarah. All right, and they show like a scene of them looking at the baby sleeping, being all mushy. All right, and then we see Sean is playing with the baby when he gets a phone call. So the phone call is from Destiny. All right, and she's on that same mess that he owes money. And then she killed me because she was like, "Well, I just had a baby, and the money would help me out." Like, girl, that's not his baby. He ain't like, what is you doing? So, Sarah ends up hearing Sean talking to Destiny. So she flies up the stairs, she gets the phone, and her and Destiny they get into a battle. Over the phone, they're just battling back and forth. Um, Destiny tries to tell her, well, he was sending me money when I was in jail. She's like, no, he didn't, because we have joint bank accounts, so I see where his checks are coming, and they're all coming to me. Then it was funny because Destiny was like, well, I'm gonna start getting the checks. I said, this girl here, she ain't gonna stop. She's a mess. and, and so they end up getting off the phone because Sarah ends up hanging up on her. And then she starts on Sean. And she's just like, why do you keep answering the phone for? You know? And he don't have a good answer why he keeps answering it because it really doesn't make sense. If you don't know it's her number, as soon as you hear her voice, hang the phone up. But instead, you entertain these little stupid conversations with her. That's why she keeps on doing it. And I feel like because Sarah argued with her, she's gonna call again, looking for a fight with Sarah. So I don't think this is gonna be the end of Destiny. It should be because I feel like she doesn't have a storyline to be on here. But I feel like she's gonna be back. What do y'all think of Shawn and Sarah this week?
Well, I thought it was funny how she went in on Destiny, and then after she got done, she went in on Sean, and after she got done with him, she took his phone and she went in the room. She didn't give his phone back to him. So I was
I
like,
didn't notice that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was like, okay, so you treat him like your child again. So,
They said that at the end too.
Mm-hmm.
so that right there was funny to me. Then the other thing is the comment she made about why you answering the phone. Well, if he's down there with her and Destiny called, but he just look at it and don't answer, then her problem gonna be why you not answering the phone. Who you
Right.
cheating on? Who is this? So yeah, he should answer the phone, listen to who it is, probably hang up or whatever. But he should tell the wife, Sarah, yeah, she keep on calling. I changed the number. She want to get the number again. I don't know what's going on. That does look sneaky that he got to sneak upstairs. But his reason for sneaking upstairs is because he don't want to bother the wife. So, and he don't want to hear from her. But it's good that she did went up being nosy and she took the phone and she talked to Destiny, and hopefully Destiny would get the point, which we know she's not. She's not.
Yeah. So, Sean, let me ask you a quick question. I found it hilarious when Destiny was going in on Sean right before Sarah took the phone. She was like, "You're a liar. You don't know how to tell the truth. All you do is lie." And she took it. She's like, "Yeah, he does lie, but I was
Yeah,
like, so hard. I was
uh,
like, you trying to check the next bride, but your
yeah.
yeah, he does lie, but lie.
So yeah, that's too funny because that's my like your sibling. You talk trash to your sibling, but soon as someone else talk trash to him, you back them up. You back up your sibling. And like that's my brother, that's my sister. I can say whatever I want to say about them, but you can't. So she's like, that's my husband. I call him whatever I want to call him, but you're not going to do all that stuff. So yeah, that was funny that she had her husband back at the same time, knowing the truth. Because
But I mean, she said that multiple times about him being a liar. Like, yeah, I'll take that over being everything else. So.
Everything else, yeah. Because
so
she
Mm-hmm.
knows it. It's like she can't get blindsided because she's learning him well enough to know, I know you're lying, what's the truth, and she calls him out on it too, so she doesn't allow the lie to sit. She
right.
does call him out on it, and he knows he has to either figure out a different lie or whatever the case may be. But I think that's, she's just comfortable with it. It's not her annoyance. Now I can't stand a liar. So once I figure that you're lying or hiding stuff, that's just done for me. And then there's this wonderful feature on your phone called block user. Block her. Like I really don't understand why he keeps entertaining it either, because he knows she's calling about money that ain't hers. So I never understand people like that who just keep entertaining the drama. Just stop. Especially if it's not causing anything in their home. Although she did say, I'm tired of being nice. Now you're fixing to get da 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 da. And she listed everything that she didn't appreciate over the last few months that she had to deal with and she took. And now she's like, I'm done. And maybe she went and finally blocked her on his phone. But kudos
You
to
know, I would be surprised if she didn't go into that room and was texting with Destiny, still arguing with her, because they both kind of seem to enjoy that argument a little too much.
yeah. I think she enjoyed I think it was just more so like, there's nothing you can tell me that I don't already know. Well, he was
Mm-hmm.
sending me money. No, he wasn't, because I see his bank account. He was doing this. No, he wasn't, because I was blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that one up.
Mhm.
Like, this isn't what's been
That's how
happening.
she was with Kelly.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. I she seems to really love him. I thought it was funny how he went downstairs like he was on timeout, sitting on the chair,
He
and
did
like,
stomp. I know.
I hope
Very
this hasn't
skinny.
cost you my marriage. No, it hasn't cost you your marriage, but dude, you got to do better. I mean, he's 46, right? 46, 47.
So
I'm
we
like,
think.
Yeah.
Why would you want all that? I don't understand that. I don't want it. So block, blockity, block. That's all you do.
Were you still going, Sean?
I'm sorry.
So B said to tell you that it keeps freezing, and she did the little face, and then it is kicking her out, and did the little look face. So
Okay.
But I agree with Sean, and I think and I agree with Johnny too that she should just block her. Like that would eliminate it unless you want that drama. But Sarah is proving herself to be a G because man, she go to everybody and check them. So I'm like, you know what? She probably her block game ain't strong because her check game is. You come at her, she gonna come back. So she don't care about blocking you. She gonna check you. So I'm like, hey. But remember last time I told y'all, like Sean was like, "Can I please take my coworkers to get food? Cause that's what I do." And she's like, "No." And he was like, you know, I feel like she's like, "Is it me or her? It's you." She got that dude wrapped around her finger regardless, and that's why she told him, "I'm done being nice, Sarah. You finna get to this, Sarah, because obviously nice Sarah doesn't work for you. So now I'm about to treat you like a kid, basically, and." If that's what works, I guess that's what works. I wouldn't like it, but he's not making responsible decisions because the fact that you've talked to this girl numerous times about the same thing and you still seem confused because like he told her, I don't owe you money. I don't owe anything. It's almost like he was probably happy that Sarah came and rescued him because he was like, yeah, say it. Tell her she can't have the money. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't. So in a way, I'm glad Sarah said what she said, but I don't know. And then, the other thing, I didn't like how Destiny said she looked like a man. Cause I'm like, Destiny, you look like a girl.
But it's one of those things. What do you kind of expect it to say?
Yeah, but it's one of them things also when you ain't cute either. Like you ain't cute and you ain't even trying to be cute. Like you on the show and you got makeup on and you still look like garbage. So it's like at least when she put on her garbage, if she do like a man, it's a cuter version of a man than what you look like with your stuff on. So it tell you something that she looks better than you, even if she looks like a man. So I'm like, to me, Destiny got to stop because she and then was doing her mom's makeup. So you can do makeup, you wear makeup, but yeah, you look like that, so you can't talk about nobody.
He works. I think
she's supposed to get game. They can take the ugliest person and make them look beautiful with makeup. So if you know how to do makeup and you still look like that, then you just must be ugly.
Yeah, because she works at, I think she said Ulta, right? It was one of these makeup stores she said she's working at. So she's got it.
Either way, like
how would y'all feel if y'all walked up in the Ulta and you were getting your makeup done and she was the one fixing to do your makeup?
I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I'd be like, I'll come back in a little bit.
I know what shade I need. I'm good. I'm just looking. I'm looking.
That's kind of scary, I guess. Ulta.
She looks like she should be working up in Waffle House.
She does.
She'll fit in.
I thought your beauty consultants are supposed to represent your establishment, but if
that's what I'm saying, like
that, I guess that's why I don't shop there.
And if you're good at makeup, like I done seen some people when they look, you know what I'm saying, they look like 20 years younger, or they look just like it's like that ain't even the same person.
You know what? Speaking of that, Sarah could work in Ulta or something because we saw her without makeup, and I'm like, she looked like a totally different person. Remember when she was coming home?
But you know what? She a redhead, so like I think her problem is that she got that pale skin, them like light eyebrows, light eyelashes, and then the red hair. Like I think usually redheads look washed out. So like when she puts makeup on, she actually got color.
Yeah, I remember she got her tan too.
Yeah,
so she don't go without her tan.
Cause when she took that makeup off though, and she's coming out the hospital, I'm like, woo, she looks super pale. She looked weird, but I know it was just the not makeup. But I don't want to see Destiny without makeup then, because Destiny to me look weird with it.
I don't want to see her without her dentures either. That's just a melty milk right there.
She got dentures.
She got no chill today.
She got dentures. Are we just assuming this? Does she really got dentures?
We're assuming it. I think because her mouth, the way her mouth
looks like it. It looks like it's pushed out like it normally is sucked in.
Where that?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Sean keeps answering the phone call.
I know he misses.
Yes.
What
He
them
said that guac guac.
he misses those
Oh. It's not TikTok, so it's okay.
Yeah, we're more than 15 minutes in, so we can.
I got a little. I agree with most of it, but just a little bit I'm different on. I mean,
Okay.
Sarah really looks like it's like she hit that point of when a woman's fed up. When I saw it, it's like I'm tired of being nice. Forget this. Give me this phone. You and you. Neither one of y'all smart. You know, and I was loving it. And he's sitting there like,
Sarah will put her hands on Sean if need be.
Put her hands on all of them.
on all of them.
Yeah.
And Sean saying there like, huh?
She's scared. You know, she probably put her hands on him already.
Yeah, she probably has.
He seems like he's a people pleaser, so he doesn't know how just to get off the phone. That's his problem.
So you
I don't know why old girls still think she's owed money for anything. No, you need to go and tell him to take some of that money off of his books to help take care of his kid. Anyway,
Jay, let me ask you a quick question.
Sure.
So, do you think Sean is reminiscent on that guac? That's why he keeps picking up that phone.
Sean. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. That might have been why he was spending all that money beforehand.
Could have been. Yeah.
When they showed the flashback of them and the stuff he was buying, I'm like,
yeah,
no.
She got right out of prison. He got her a car. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's more to this story. Yes.
At some point, it need more than that. But I would not block her.
Really? Okay. So let me hear this. Why wouldn't you block her?
Right now, I have a wife that is raring and ready, the hottest thing out here since Little Caesar's Pizza. When I get a call, hello? Yeah, I need my honey. I'm gonna let her every day. I'm gonna give her that phone. I'm gonna let her tear in and work that frustration every day. But no, I would block her. I'm just saying. I'm just here for the show. I'm gonna grab popcorn and just watch my wife just go in on her. Tell her, baby. Tell her. Till she get tired of it. Because like they say, at the end of the show, we sat here and said that she still called asking for money. So she ain't learned a lesson.
No,
so she need to learn a lesson. I'm gonna let my baby handle it. Baby, look, here you go. I apologize for what I did. I'm not, if she calls my phone, I ain't talking to her. I'm gonna hand it straight to you. And if you won't, we can make a TikTok. We can make it a TikTok. We can make it whatever. We can get famous off of it. It don't matter. Say what you gonna say. Whatever, however you feel it needs to end. If blocking don't work, and because she keep calling from number after number after number. So I'm gonna let her do what she want to do. I'm gonna hand her the phone. I'm gonna stand right. The matter of fact, I put it on speaker. She can see me in the background, like, you know.
Yeah, call her back on the FaceTime. Let her see.
But I'm gonna let my wife know. Listen, I know I messed up. I got to sit here and be stronger. I was sitting here trying to handle things, and not involve you. But if we a couple, we need to handle this together. So, woman to woman, go ahead. I back you 110%. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Any other thoughts on Sean and Sarah? All right. So now we're at our final couple, Kevin and Tiffany. I just realized I said couple with a K. Yes, whatever. Okay, so Kevin and Tiffany, right? So we see Kevin and he's talking about he still he feels that Tiffany is taking things out of hand. Like, she's just taking it out of proportion. I don't really know how you can take it out of proportion. A video, you're in the shower, this chick is in the house, or whatever. All right, and so we see him, he goes over to Kayla's house. So he's supposed to be confronting Kayla about the video. And so when they get in the house, he does ask her, like, what did you do on my phone? He actually didn't even tell her, why did you send this video? He was like, what did you do on my phone? And so Kayla she doesn't technically just say what she did. I don't know if you guys caught that. She didn't. But instead, she starts going into her feelings of how, it's been 7 years and she feels like he's been playing with her. And, it's revealed again to us that they used to be in a relationship and then Kayla cheated on him, with an ex that she just couldn't let go. Sometimes we have those. And it was crazy because that conversation ended up going in a way I didn't think it was going. I don't know. Maybe y'all saw it going that way. But the conversation ended with them deciding they're actually going to try to make this work. Them two. I was completely thrown by that. I didn't see the conversation going that way. I didn't think he was going to necessarily get rid of her for what she did. He should have, but I didn't feel like this was the route they were going to go. We also find out that Tiffany is dating someone, a new guy. She said it's somebody that she's known for a while, but she said she's done with Kevin and she's dating somebody new. So, what do you guys think of Kevin and Tiffany this week? And did you expect Kevin and Kate going to get together?
No, I didn't expect them to get together, but what I got out of the whole thing is sometimes being crazy works. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. She was crazy and waited it out and she got her man.
and just keep on doing what you got to do and to get what you want. Even though she did a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and crazy to the point to where if I was Kevin, I wouldn't want to be with her because if she's that crazy. Who knows what she would do once we together. And but if since they're together, hopefully, as the ending say, they're working on it still together. Hopefully, they work on the relationship and continue to grow together. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, it's kind of a waste. Like, if you're gonna be with her anyways, why even, you know what I'm saying? Because she's always been there. So, and now it's saying that he's being faithful to her. So if this was always in
Yeah.
you, all y'all had to do is talk about it. Obviously, they both were like, okay, what do we do? She was like, I messed up, yes, but I want to be with you. And he's like, yeah, you messed up. How do we go from here? Okay, we be faithful. That was always the answer. Like, quit dating other people. Like, if y'all wanted to be together, that was always the answer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all were the ones who kept having exes and new people coming in and out. So, if Kevin, like, the reason he go with her is because he was just really obsessed with her and never wanted to let go anyways, he just wanted her to not cheat on him again, just say that. You're like, look, cheat on me again, I'm not going to come back. And maybe she would have did right. I don't know. But now
So,
it's like, okay, like nothing ever happened. Like now we good to go. We are a couple. He ain't cheating. He ain't doing this and that. And I'm like, that's just crazy to me because I just didn't think he was that into her anymore. Like I thought whatever happened changed their relationship and then he probably wouldn't have went back. So I was shocked. Um I think I had heard Tiffany was with somebody else anyway, so that part wasn't a surprise. Plus they were saying she moved on and it wasn't Curtis with a K. So I don't know. It's just to me it's just weird because y'all could have did all that without even doing the show. It was pointless. It was almost just to
very,
get fame.
yeah, to get a check. So, Reese, do you think that um, Tiffany took things out of proportion?
No, no. Like that. What happened was so disrespectful that unless he could have proved that was an old video, which that would have been hard to do. Um, then no, I don't think she's a guy. And I feel like he's downplaying it too much. Like you saw the video, so at this point you should be saying, "I'm so sorry. Like I did not expect that to happen. I didn't know that was gonna happen. Please forgive me." But don't be like, "Oh, you ain't gonna go nowhere," and then be like, she's overthinking it and she's taking it, the wrong way and this and that. But no, like she said, if you got the video of some man I'm in the shower with some man, some leave us alone, you'd be mad too. So I'm like, for him to downplay it like that was kind of messed up. So, but no, I'm glad she moved on because who wants that drama? Like that's been a drama that's been there ever since you've been there.
Mhm.
And like she said, she wants somebody's gonna treat her good, so she found it.
She did it. I think that's how you do it. She didn't entertain. She gave him one more like argument to kind of close it out and reiterate, "Don't call me anymore. I am done." And she was done. So I can appreciate that and glad she moved on, found someone else who doesn't play games or can come up with lies the way he does. Like I said,
Right.
that boy can spit them out like that. I don't know that I think I agree with you on that. I don't think I expected them to say that they were going to be together. I knew that he was going to be hot for 2 seconds and then be with her again, but I did not see them being a couple coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of their confrontation, I guess you could say. So I guess if she really believes that he's living better or he's not cheating anymore, I think that's just kind of far fetched to believe, but okay. And then was I the only one kind of thrown by how she lives? Because she always talks about how she has this, she has that. And when you went to her, I don't know if that was a duplex or what, I kind of thought she'd have her own house, like doing her own thing too, and it'd be a little bit nicer, but I was totally thrown by how small.
I guess I wasn't thrown because we've seen her car. She's got mismatched, like the hood doesn't match the rest of the car. I think the bumper doesn't
Right,
match
she
it.
built her car on Amazon.
Yeah. She ain't got it painted yet. But yeah, I guess because of when she kept talking about how high class of a woman she was, I just thought her living style would have been a little bit better. But
So I don't know. Maybe she's paying for that duplex. Maybe she got a mortgage on it. I don't know.
well, unless she owns the both of them, right? You can't just have a mortgage on one side of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they sell. I think they sell it. Well, you got to buy
They
one.
sell it as a whole unit, yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, that's it with Kayla.
All right, so JC.
Talking about Kevin, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, first, I only got two things to say. One, that is the model of toxic relationship.
It is.
They both was going back and forth. It was like, you did this. Well, I did this because you did this. You worried about what I did, but you're not looking at what made me do it. And then saying, well, you looked in the phone. If you wouldn't have been looking for stuff, you wouldn't have found it. Well, if you wasn't doing the stuff, we had to worry about nobody finding anything. But I knew it wasn't going to be, because it even said at the end that they were no longer talking to each other. So it was like, it was already, it was just how it was so bad. And so, oh my gosh, we're about to tear up the house to laying on the sofa. We just going to not cheat no more. Okay.
Wait, no, I thought they did say they were together, but Tiffany and him no longer talk.
Well, it said Kevin and Tiffany no longer speak.
Yeah, but Kayla's the one that was toxic with him.
Oh, Kayla was on. Okay, I got mixed up
The
there.
blonde,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, it's still toxic.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be single and fix themselves before they start trying to damage anybody else.
Yeah, because they gonna damage each other.
Yeah.
Terrible. Something terrible right there. All right, so Sean. Wait, I already called on you, didn't I? Did you already speak on Sean, Kayla, and?
He went first.
All right. So that was the season finale for Love After Lockup. So next week will be the season premiere for Love During Lockup, and we see that Ty is back. Hopefully, she has left Hottie alone.
No. Oh, you didn't watch the premiere?
Uh-uh.
No, she has not left Hottie alone.
That's disappointing. It's very
disappointing. Is that who she was fighting with still? Was
that's the one who got all the extra. That was her number one. But I thought she had moved on to a new inmate. So I watched the preview or whatever. And basically she's in the funeral home having the director read a letter that Hottie wrote her. And the letter that Hottie wrote her is just so amazing that she's just like, he must really love me.
Woo, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be on next week. So you can catch us again next week for the recap of that show. And thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to us. You watch this for this long, might as well subscribe. And until next time, friends. Bye.